The truth hangs heavy upon the air itself, unspoken. This is the... The squirrel looks up at you.
Come here often. I don't know what you did, but you just released a source flood. Looks like the big moment has finally arrived. I will do everything I can to support you, Godwoken. I will pray for you. I think you'll need it. Don't underestimate the power of true prayer. This is a place of incredible power. Consider it a taste of your divine future. Of course, it's up to you whether or not to listen.
Melody wearily chuckles to herself.
Looks like my investment's paid off after all.
You've shown me kindness in the face of my sins. My worship is the least.
I've always preferred to be the one reaping the attention.
Now go. Rivellon needs a new divine.
Prince, Godwoken. Dallas told me about you. You're divine.
The divine you thought dead lords over the chamber from a granite throne. He moves to speak, but it's Riedeman's voice that next pierces the air.
What a twist.
Lucian frowns at Riedemann, then turns to the silent monk standing near and smiles widely. Reality sets in. The monk is Gareth. No longer seeker, but slave.
Oh, Gareth. He was always so devoted.
I underestimated you, Godwoken. You have proven to be...
Respect? Indeed.
Lucian's gaze rests upon you and goes through you. He takes your
Lucian, we should tell him the truth.
Yes, I agree.
Dallas nods, then reaches for the sides of her. A skull is revealed. But
I am.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
That will not do.
The Eteran is the salvation of...
The plan is almost complete.
We have made so many sacrifices, Godwoken. All of us.
Decide. Be the true hero and give up your source, or be forced to submit. Like a cow.
There is no other way. The source of the world is... We only lack yours.
As I say, one last sacrifice is required. Yours. Then let us proceed.
Show some responsibility, Father! Surrender your source!
Sealing the veil will lock our people away forever. They will never be free of the vault, though if they return. What becomes of this...
Fane turns to you. In all the time that you've traveled together, you've never seen him like this. He's trembling with emotion.
And you, my fellow adventurers. I don't think I can leave the responsibility for this.
You'll be a hero. Everyone will know of the sacrifice you'll make. Your name will be synonymous with...
Don't let them do this to us!
I understand. Sacrifice takes courage. Your sacrifice shall be...
I'm sorry. You've come so...
Prepare yourself!
To none. Show yourself!
Lucian struggles to rise, but the weight of his own pain leaves him to gravity's mercy.
My time is done. But your source burns so...
Dallis groans in pain.
I have failed.
Well then, this is, as they say, I will remember you, you know. And to be remembered by an eternal god is in its own... Of course, in a much more mundane, practical sense, you will be dead. But I gather you creatures are very susceptible to simple platitudes.
Fane looks at you grimly, even...
I will take no pleasure in this.
You think back on your journey here, on all that you have seen and done. You think of the Magisters, and the sorcerers they hunted. You think of how the Eternals came as Voidwoken to reclaim their... You look at the source around you. The power is immense. You think of what you could do with such power. You marvel at your journey and how it has changed you. You think of those you left behind, and of those... It's time to choose your fate. And the fate of all you hold, shall you be divine? The world fades and twists and mutates. You're in the Hall of Echoes now. It reshapes itself around you. Those who stood with you or against you are no longer there. This is where you shall decide once and for all by trial. The Godwoken may die here, but a new divine may rise. After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Divinity is yours to take. Or to sacrifice. What you do next decides your... What shall you do with divinity?
So it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. A new divine rose, a true heir to the Seven, more powerful than ever, and united Rivellon in its battle against the Void. All across the realm he was loved, worshipped, and adored. Humans, lizards, elves, and dwarves all rallied to his banner. The Great Allegiance stood once more, but the war continued. depths of the void, the God King still sought to return. As for me, my last hope of ever being freed of the God King's terrible tyranny faded when the God Woken claimed divinity. An eternity of pain and suffering is mine. I cling now to the dream that one day the veil will be sealed, that one day I can be freed, that one day a new God Woken will rise.
Malady stands tall and proud.
Well, here we are again. Get an eyeful, Your Holiness.
She turns to you, arms.
Look at you. Magnificent. Actually, except for one.
She fingers the mask.
We've come a long way together. Soon. But relax. Enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Enjoy the fruits of... And when the time comes, Your Holiness.
The flaming hatchling bounces and cheeps out of sheer... It takes you a moment to realize the egg you've been carrying has hatched at long last. The chick
Well, if it isn't the new divine gracing me with his presence.
Tarquin's smirk will...
I didn't come all this way to show deference. Some friendly advice. All who run... That is the question. No, of course you wouldn't. It's a written I intend to seek them out.
So, that's it. We're gone. The world is yours now. I pray you'll treat it better.
It gives me almost as much pleasure to speak to you as it does to be whole again. I will always be an ally to those that carry source, to those whose blood is of the heroes of old, and so, as always, I am at the ready.
You look out to the endless beyond, and with a start, you realize where you must go. War raged on. Arx remained the center of power as the races united behind the Divine. But the Voidwoken attacks continued as they did elsewhere. Arx would see many more long years of war. The ancient empire of lizards became one of the pillars of the new Divine Alliance. The houses of war and of shadows were particularly useful in the fight against the God King. The empire used the war to expand its territory. With Justinia dead, the Dwarven Kingdom descended into chaos. But although they did not join the Divine Alliance, many joined the fight against the Void, and did their people great honor in battle and in death. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly rejoined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. And here and there, across the world, what was left of the Black Ring fought on. The island of Fort Joy remained a sorcerer's paradise, a place of exile for those whose sorcery threatened to bring in the Void. For their well-being, its residents depended entirely on the benevolence of the new Divine. Reaper's Coast struggled on. The farms and the fisheries fought to feed the people against the Voidwoken blight. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood teetered on the edge of starvation until the night the Voidwoken came from the sea. All were killed. This did, however, put an end to the famine. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally. But she was in no hurry to call in her favor. After all, it might be the last thing she ever did. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. Ahu the wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. The undead priestess Gratiana remained in her sanctuary, happy to wait for the war to pass. She was troubled only by the silence of her goddess. Jehan the demon hunter never stopped hunting for demons. Sahala sought to strengthen the Elven alliance with the new divine. Her powers of sight proved useful in the ongoing war against the Void, but she could never be sure that the new divine trusted her. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior. And then there was you. And you, the Red Prince, the Lizard Divine. What did you do with your power? What kind of divine were you as the world battled on? Did you show mercy or strength? Did you sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did you regret becoming divine? Did you wish you'd surrendered the power that runs through your veins and sealed the veil? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.